There we are.
How are you?
Great.
Good.
This is Yip. Here we are just outside Amsterdam. We're in Zaandam,
Yes.
the Netherlands. And this is Caryn Esplin with the Enlighten tour. So I know Yip quite well because she came over as an exchange student and lived with us in Idaho. It was amazing. We just love her. And now we've been able to reconnect with Yip and her family. And I've asked her to explain some of the typical Dutch customs. For example, explain the greeting. What was that about?
Well, in Holland, it's regular that when you see people, you give 3 kisses. And as Caryn also talked to me about that in French, they do 2. But in Holland, they do 3 kisses. And when you see somebody for the first time, actually, it's just a handshake. And when you connect to people and you know them better, then you give 3 kisses. That's just a regular way of saying hi.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what else is kind of different? We just had lunch here at this awesome cafe. And you see the typical brick buildings with the beautiful tops. It was very delicious, but you don't rush a meal here.
No.
Tell us about eating out.
Well, with lunch, most regularly it's also a longer sit. But when you go out for dinner here, you have something to celebrate, or you go to a restaurant and it's not just like a hurry, you eat and you leave, but you really take the time. So you order a drink and they give you the menu card, and usually you take a starter and a head and a dessert, but you really take the time and you talk and you have fun together, and
like 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah, usually it can take up to 3 or 4 hours. Yeah.
And so, as typical Americans, we're in a hurry, and we've been going throughout Europe, and I've also noticed they never bring the check.
No.
Until you ask for it.
Yes. And then you ask for it, and they have to get it, so it takes a little bit longer again.
And they get kind of annoyed if you try to eat fast and hurry.
Yes.
They don't like it.
No. Well, in some places they do, but they want to have the table set twice, of course. Some places do, but no, if you go to restaurants and you book a table, it's just that table is your table for all the night. It's not that it is like, oh, you have the table till 9 p.m. and you have to go. So it's not like that.
Exactly. All right, something else I wanted to mention is notice how people are riding by in bikes. Everywhere you look, there are bicycles.
Yes.
So when you came and lived in America, how was that different than what you do here with the whole culture? It's a culture of bicycles.
Yeah, when I was in America, it was for me in the beginning very like, okay, how do I get around? I didn't have my driver license yet, so I could not drive, and I always had to be with somebody who could take me somewhere. And when you look at here in Holland, for instance, I have my own bike and I can go anywhere I want, so I don't have to be with my mom or my dad who is gonna take me. And actually, when you, like for instance, when I live in Alkmaar and my parents live in Bergen, which is a city close to Alkmaar. When I want to go there with the bus, it takes me 30 minutes. But with the bike, it also takes me 30 minutes. So then I take my bike. When I go to Amsterdam, I take the train. It's 30 minutes with the train. So the whole train network here is very good. In almost all the cities there is a train station.
Yes.
And people have scooters, they have bikes. When you don't have a bike here, it's worse. You cannot do anything.
Not as many people have cars.
No. And often families do have one car, but they just share.
Yes, very interesting.
Yeah, when you work like for instance, when I would work in Amsterdam, you can go by train or you can go by car. But when you go by car, there might be traffic jams. So then you go by train because it just goes straight.
Okay, let's. I also want to talk to you about your degree and also your job, and we're going to do another little video. So watch for that. This is Caryn and Yip. Here we are at the Enlighten tour, and I'm going to give you another greeting. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.